Holy packs. All right, guys, this is my recap video of my investment box here. So I'm gonna bring you through what I did start to finish with this box. I'll put a link to the box to show you what it looked like when I first started from the first video. But again, you had a box full of vintage cards, just like this one, but these are the ones I'm gonna toss out. It's about a foot across, 2 feet across, about a foot wide, foot tall. So pretty substantial box. When I first bought this, I saw this it was on OfferUp, and it was just a bunch of blurry pictures with a bunch of, I could see some cards on there. I saw like a Lou Brock card. I saw some Pete Rose card, and the woman was offering 20 bucks for the box. And I actually was gonna offer her 10, but I messed up on how I submitted the offer, and I offered her the full ask. So she accepted it, and after some talking back and forth about when we could pick it up, I was like, you know what, I'll just take the chance, maybe 20 bucks. I mean, worst comes to worst, I could just resell the box for 20 and get my money back. But the plan was at least to double my money or triple my money. So take the $20, break these up into smaller groups, and then make 60 bucks. So I'm definitely going to go well beyond that. I think now, between everything that I can do, I'm gonna probably make about $1,000. So I'm gonna take $20 and make it 1,000. And let me show you, or let me explain how exactly I'm gonna do that. And by the way, I'm kind of happy that I did pay 20 bucks for this, because that was what she was asking for it, and she just wanted it gone. She said it was taking up space. They're cleaning out the basement. It was about maybe like a 60-year-old woman. She's like, I don't care about the cards. You know, no one cares about it. They've just been sitting here for years and years and years. I just need it gone. So she wanted 20 for it. I gave her 24, so now I'm happy I did, as opposed to, you know, offering her 10, knowing the kind of cards that I got out of it. You know, I would have felt bad, you know, just taking it off her hands for 10. But, you know, 20 bucks, whatever. But at least she got what she asked for. So let me show you what I've done. And this is what I was thinking as far as getting my money back initially, right? So $20 in. And what I've been doing is I've been breaking it out into smaller boxes. So I have, you know, this box here, recently sold for about 20, I think I put it on for 25, but I think it sold it for like 23. But after some fees and everything, I should make about 19 bucks out of that. I'm gonna put this box together and sell this one, right? And again, you can see on the top, right, you got some stars, you got your Pete Roses, you got your what's it called, Ricky Hendersons, you get some football cards in there, you got your Eric Dickersons, right? Everyone's gonna get something, right? Tim Raines, Fernando Valenzuela, Jack Morris, you got George Brett, Fred Lynn, I don't know what rookie that is down there, but Pete Rose, Tom Seaver in the back there, everything. So you're getting some decent cards, right? And I was able to make about 5 boxes. So right now there's 3. So, and real quick, so for this one, I put this Ryan Sandberg card in here. I did not get the Ryan Sandberg card in this box. I actually bought this as part of a collection, a grouping of Ryan Sandberg cards, and there was actually a graded rookie card in it. But the problem was my dog actually chewed this one up. And I just put it on the side just to say, all right, you know what, maybe I'll throw it in somewhere to somebody. But this ended up being the perfect place for it, because these cards are all beat up as it is. So why not throw a Ryan Sandberg card in there and get that one, and get somebody a Ryan Sandberg rookie on top of all this stuff. So as you can see, you got the Raleigh Fingers World Series card in there, but Carlton Fisk in there, Carl Yastrzemski. So some good cards. These people get good cards, and there's a lot of commons in here as well. I think there's a Nolan Ryan card in there. There is. So you're getting good cards. So I was able to do this enough, and this one is already sold, so I'm gonna have to ship this one out pretty soon. But I already sold that box and this box, and I sold this box because it had I'm going to put the, what's it called, the John Elway rookie in there. Now the John Elway rookie, if you recall, here it is really in rough shape, right? Creased right down the middle. If it wasn't creased, it'd be okay, but it's creased right down the middle. So the John Elway card is going to go in there, and I'll ship it off. But I sold these 2 already for about, you know, got my money back here, about 20 and 20 each. So I already doubled my money. And then I have 3 other boxes here that I'm going to try and get about $20 each for those. So that I'm hoping I'll get about $100. So that will, obviously, I've already doubled my money, so I'm hoping to get that. And then in going through, right, there was all these odds and end cards, these miscellaneous cards, right? So I'm left with a pretty big cachet, if you will, of there's some hockey, there's these weird whatever 1979, you know, odd funny cards, but these are all like Star Wars cards or Mork and Mindy or A-Team or the James Bond cards, and these were ones that I just had lying around. These are some DC cards, so these weren't part of it, but these were all part of it. And then, right, I had a whole handful of these hockey cards, and there's some hockey cards in there as well from 1979, so I have to look to see if there's anyone else good in there. But again, you get all these Star Wars cards, you get all these wrestling cards, and everything else. So I'm thinking I could at least sell, worst comes to worst, if there wasn't any big names in here, there should be a couple big names in here, but I think I could sell this whole thing for 20. Pretty easily, is what my guess is. Somewhere in the neighborhood between 10 and 20. So we'll call it 15, right? And then I got this little hodgepodge. I got 53 cards of the 1986-87 set. So again, no Michael Jordan, unfortunately for me. But we did have some other big names in here, such as, where are you? Derek Harper is an okay name. Daryl Dawkins. There's Charles Oakley, which is his rookie card. Oh, it did have Mark Eaton. All right, Isaiah Thomas. Right, now this card is not so bad, but it's got a big stain right there. And you can see it on the back side there. And then Chris Mullin, you got Charles Barkley in here, and then Larry Bird's towards the back side here somewhere. There's Larry Bird, all creased up and banged up. So some big names overall, but you know, I don't know if somebody would be willing to buy this more as a novelty of, hey, just having some big names, maybe trying to just put together a set and just grabbing whatever card they can and then building upon it. So I really don't know. So I'm thinking maybe I can get somebody to get it for $10. So that would be my hope. Who knows? Maybe I can be pleasantly surprised and get more, but I wouldn't expect more than $10 for it. But, you know, feel free to tell me if you think differently or you believe differently that I can get more. The other thing that I was doing was, as I was going through the football cards, I've been getting a lot of requests for football cards in general. Now, half of these were just cards that I had before, you know, vintage football cards. But this other half, as you can see, like, it gets a little bit wonky. I was trying to take out all the best shaped cards I could get, and I was gonna put those in here. So, and you even got some decent cards in here. Nothing huge, but like some mid-level players to common cards, and they're all in here. So I'm gonna sell this box for about $15, but half of it is from the cards I was able to pull from this 20 card box. So it wasn't created all from this box, but it's gonna help me sell that box. The other thing that I thought was weird, and this is from my buddy Wax Packs, is he's been selling like these insert cards that come in the packs, and people have been buying these things. So I'm almost wondering if they're buying them because they're trying to repackage wax, right? So they take like wax wrappers and put these inserts in there and then put a whole bunch of common cards and resell it as like an unopened pack. That's my thinking. But I mean, these are pretty rare as far as the inserts go. Some of them aren't, right? This is from 88 Topps, so who cares about that? But, you know, some of these are pretty unique. So maybe somebody would buy these. I'm thinking maybe they go for a few bucks, maybe at most $5, but who knows? You never know. I'll put it out there, put it on eBay, see if it goes. So that would be, so right now, if I was all in on 100 and 115, let's say 5 for that, just to make math simple. So that'd be 120, and then another 10 for that, 130, right? So right now, I would estimate I can get 130 from everything. This, and then I have a bunch of other cards that I'm keeping for myself, or I'm gonna resell. So this one's gonna go in the box, back in the box. So the John Elway card, I'm not gonna sell or keep. I'll put that one in the box. The Tim Raines card, the 2 Tim Raines rookies, I'm going to put those in another box, and that will be the kind of the tipping point for those boxes. So at least you get 2 decent rookie cards from there. The Steve Largent, Archie Manning, and these cards, these are going to go in the Art Shell box. These are going to put these in the box, that 800 count box I just showed you, so that at least, you know, we'll pump that box up a little bit. These 3 cards, the Carl Yastrzemski, Steve Carlton, and whatever, I don't know what I'm going to do with those yet. I was originally going to keep them because I like the vintage players. I like the vintage cards, but they're still in a little rough shape. The more I look at it, the rougher they look. So I may just throw them in a box or somewhere for fun. Richard Dent, I'm going to look at this one, look up this card too, but I'll probably throw this. I probably won't keep this one. If it's decent money, I may sell for a few bucks. If not, I'll throw it in one of the boxes for fun. These cards I'm going to keep for myself. So anything before 1980, I kind of just try to keep for myself. So even though it's a common player, I'll keep this. Jose Uribe, I got a collection going of him just for fun. I got about probably like 30 to 40 cards of his. So I'm going to put that in there since this is rookie. The Pete Rose, this was in decent shape, so I decided to pull this aside for myself. Same thing with these. These all are going to be cards I keep for myself and I'm not going to resell. Same thing here. I only kept these because this would have Hank Aaron in it and this would have Nolan Ryan in it. Obviously in really rough shape, but I'll keep those. Keep this one. The Phil Simms card, this is the rookie card. It's in rough shape, but I was going to see if maybe I could sell it for a few bucks. I was going to keep the Carlton Fisk for myself. Gonna look up this Don Sutton card because I have no idea what it is, so I didn't want to throw it in a box or anything. I kind of wanted to look it up and see what it was all about. The Terry Bradshaw I may end up throwing into that 800 count box because it's not his rookie and it's well into his career, so it's probably worth $1 or $2. But I do like the Hulk Hogan cards, the wrestling cards, so it's gonna keep the Hulk Hogan, or maybe even try to sell it. This card is all bent and worn out, but it's from the 60s, or 50s, I should say. So I'm going to keep that for myself. And then more of these commons that I'm going to keep. The Ozzie Newsome one, I'm going to keep this one and try to sell the other one for a few bucks. I'm going to keep this World Series card for myself. The Paul McCartney card, I'm going to look this up and see if there's, but it has a crease, you know, so it probably doesn't have much value. Billy Williams I'm going to keep for myself. The Ronnie lot, I was thinking about maybe throwing into a group of cards. But the Paytons, the Walter Paytons, I'm going to keep. Hulk Hogan card, I may try to sell for a few bucks. Then I got the Cal Ripken rookie card. It's obviously in rough shape, so I may try to sell that for a few bucks. And here's some more Walter Payton cards. I may either keep this or maybe put them in a lot. I'm not 100% sure yet. But all things considered, with those groups of cards that I just went through right here, and here's some more before I get into that. So that group of cards that I just went through, no matter what I sell and what I keep, let's just say roughly, if I'm able to sell some of them and get a couple bucks for them, there's probably $10 worth of cards there. So now we're at 140, right? Now this Walter Payton card's a little bit older. It's a 1979 card. So I'm going to see if maybe I can get a few more bucks for it than just a couple bucks, right? Maybe $5 or so. I'm not sure. You got the Dan Marino rookie in his passing leaders rookie. So I may try to combine that if I sell it with his rookie card that I got, right? So his rookie card isn't in the best shape, in decent shape, right? It has a little bit of a staining in the corner. But I'm thinking I could sell that and maybe sell for like 10 or 15 bucks. This one is just cool. This is a cool card. I'm just going to keep this one. Steve Carlton, Nolan Ryan, the 1972 strikeout leader. So I think it's in the 73 card. But going to keep that one. And it's off-centered and everything else too. So I'm not so sure how much that would sell for. You got a Marcus Allen instant replay. It's in pretty decent shape. Just some staining on the top. That's a few bucks. Obviously, we'll get to the Gretzky in a second, and then you have Lou Brock. This is what was in the picture that brought me into this collection to begin with. And then you get some of these cards here, right? Reggie Jackson, 82. And then you also have this Hank Aaron card from 1974, kind of highlighting his home run. He's the new home run king, etc. So it has a crease there, but I think that I could get maybe $5 for or so. We'll see. Or maybe I just keep it. I don't know. But it's always cool to have an Hank Aaron card. So all of these cards with the Dan Marino rookie and everything else, and these, I would think, you know, what I say, I was at 140. I think I could get another 20, possibly 30 for it. So let's just say I get, I'm at 160, right? So that would have been a pretty good investment right there in terms of taking all those cards and getting 160 for it. Maybe, you know, if I press my luck or if I get the right buyers, it could go up to 200, but I think 160 is probably a safe gamble. So taking $20 and making it 160 is great. But then this card changed everything, right? This, not only is it in pretty good shape, right? You know, the corner, with the exception being this one corner here, card centered pretty well. The other three corners are a little worn, right? But they're not horrible. But the edges are solid. There's no chipping, no staining on the card. So my guess is that I'm going to, I think I decided I'm going to send this in to get graded. So I'll do a video on that, seeing what I can get it back as. If I can get, it should go a 1. I mean, 1 should be, that I should get. But if I can get a 2, that would be excellent, because then that makes this almost $1,000 card if I can get a PSA to grade it as a 2. But I think it's going to come back as a 1. And if it does come back as a 1, I think I can make about $800 on this card selling it as a PSA 1. But with that all in, with everything else, you take this $800 and you take everything else that I can sell, now you're looking at $1,000. So that's how I believe I can get $1,000 for this one $20 box of cards. You know, that came out of this box. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of work, but then I guess I also have to calculate the fact that I'm going to have to pay to get it graded. So that's going to be another $30 or so to get it graded that way. So really money in, I guess, if you want to factor everything in. I'm probably going to be in, and then you got to ship and stuff like that. So $20 plus 30 plus, let's say, another 20 for shipping, handling, stuff like that. So I'll probably be in for about $70 total. But to take $70 and turn it into $1,000, I'll take it. If I don't get it graded, I bet I could probably get about $600 for this card. And then you're looking at about $800. So I can take 20, make it 800, or I can take 70 and make it 1,000. I'll do it. I'll get it graded, see where I can go. But so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, this was a crazy box to go through. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and there's still more for me to kind of even look at. But I'm going to be looking out for that next box now. I'm actually going to call that lady because she said she had a box in California that was very similar to this, and then if I wanted to pay for the shipping, they'd have it done for me. So maybe I'll do that. I'll just reach out to her and see what's what. But I'm going to be on the lookout for the next buy. But this was definitely my favorite buy so far, my best buy, all really because of this card. But it was doing pretty well before this card came around. But in the end, you know, I'm happy with what I got. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is the right move to be making. And if you think otherwise, or you think I should take another method or consider something else. Or if you're interested in some of these cards, you wanna maybe trade something, or you want to buy them, or in some cases I would, if you have some Star Wars things that you need, I don't mind giving some away, because they're not in the best shape. But all right, I hope you guys enjoyed these videos, and I definitely enjoyed making them, and we'll have more to come later. All right, guys, see ya.